Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want you to join us in welcoming the world's greatest DJ. His name is Till Mix. Ooh yeah, we partying with ghosts, 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 ghosts. They're the sexiest. Ooh yeah, partying with ghosts, 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 ghosts. Till Mix. Ooh yeah, we partying with ghosts, 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 ghosts. They're the sexiest. Ooh yeah, we partying with ghosts, 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 ghosts. Till Mix. Partying with ghosts, ghosts. We're partying with ghosts, ghosts. His name is Till Mix. Ghosts, ghosts. They're the sexiest. Ghosts, ghosts. We're partying with ghosts, ghosts. They're the sexiest. Ghosts, ghosts. No gay demon masks, just ghosts, ghosts.
Look who we got with us today. Hey people, how you doing? I got somebody right here. Let me go ahead and fix my video going on right now. Let me go ahead and get all of this good stuff all fixed right here. Mute that. Get this audio playing. Hide that browser video so that we can see the Space Kings underneath. That's what we're going to talk about today. Space Kings and provocative cartoons. And none other, who else would I have other than the most provocative cartoonist himself, Ibai Canales, all the way from northern Spain. Ibai, welcome. How are you doing, buddy?
Hola, I'm always delighted to be here. You're one of my favorite hosts. Actually, the only one who asked me lately, but yeah, I love it here.
Well, you know, you're one of my favorite guests. You're the only one I can get from Spain. Everybody else said no bueno to me when I invited them on, and it made me really mad. Now, we were just talking about Ibai is no pacifist, and we wanted to kick some ass. And so Ibai and I, we were talking about, you know, cartoons and satirical cartoons and provocative cartoons. And Ibai has done a number of provocative cartoons. In fact, all of those cartoons on the intro were his provocative cartoons, whether they be satirical or political or about society or whatever. He's really got a fantastic knack for just driving it home and getting her done. Ibai, where does this passion for cartooning come from? This passion for satire or public commentary, even?
It's always been with me for as long as I can remember. I think I told you I grew up with like satirical Spanish comics like El Jueves and all that stuff, and El Víbora. They were like, Spain used to be really big into satire. Because, you know, Spaniards like making fun of your neighbor, your fellow man is the big Spanish part. You know, it maybe baseball and football in the U.S. It's smoking others for us. It's like a defense mechanism. So we were heavily into that. I grew up with that, and I think I always had that drive. I remember I would like draw satirical comics, making fun of my college professors when I was in uni, and I would like photocopy them and pin them on strategic locations, the faculty, and I never signed them for obvious reasons. I was
You don't want to get caught.
I
That's right.
I didn't want to get caught. And here's a funny thing. There is another famous Spanish comic book artist that actually copied me. He learned that from me, and I don't think I should say who he is because we got along well. He's also my side, but I always found that funny because he wanted to like be a character in his own comics, and he actually drew a tiny like caricature of him and signed the comics, and of course he got into trouble. And we were
Oh,
like, bro, don't do that. Like, if you're making fun of your college professor, like do so anonymously. Your ego is not compatible with the mission, so to speak. Yeah, I've always done that. I always loved doing that.
yeah. It's crazy because in this day and age, we get so much media directed at us from like the left or the progressive point of view, and anything that we try to make maybe from the conservative point of view is instantaneously pushed down. It makes me think of like what is it, Je suis Charlie? The Charlie Hebdo cartooning and
Oh,
a lot of these other cartoons. What are your thoughts on that? Why is it such a fight, Ibai? Why are we fighting so hard?
well, because we're living in the world that boomer leftism created. We like leftists have had like a strong like a hold on pop culture like since forever, because they used to be like more conservative leaning stories and fiction and media in the past. But as far as I can remember, they were always derided as, wow, that's such a, like movies like Cobra.
Yeah,
Those things happened in the 80s. But
yeah.
as far as I can remember, everyone around me thought that Cobra was like, fascist propaganda.
Mm.
Like, sure, you could like watch Cobra, like ironically, but you could never take it seriously. Shit
Oh,
like
okay.
that, like they all Arnold movies. That's all. That's how we looked. That's the thing about superheroes as well. I've been saying for a while that the left never really liked superheroes. I was raised a leftist. I was raised in an environment of leftists, and they always disliked Superman and Captain America because they thought they were like American imperialist militaristic propaganda. So
Oh,
the left has had like this hold on like mainstream media culture. Like the big franchises, like the big thought corriente de pensamiento. How do you say that in English? Like thought undercurrent. Like
yeah.
the big
Current.
how
Yeah.
you are supposed to think. It was always like leftist, progressivist. It was always like, yeah, the Nazis are the worst people in history. Communists were cool. Slaughter a million people in Tibet, shit like that. So I think that's why now when you're trying to stand up against like the leftist paradigm, you get laughed at like Cobra got laughed at like
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like conservative redneck bullshit.
Yeah, it really does feel like social engineering, and when I stop to think about it, they have a hold of the media, and they're trying to force an unnatural configuration in society. And the reason why it should be like conservative is because that's the natural configuration. The family-based, a patriarchal type of society where production is valued and quality is valued, and shortcuts are not valued, and parasites is not valued, and we call them like wooden nickels. Counterfeit money is not valued. But it seems more and more in society, the people who are trying to program it want to create shortcuts. And I think that's kind of what, as artists, as political cartoonists, that we stand against. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I've seen that happen a lot. And I remember because yeah, I was raised a leftist, but my parents were always like more of a dissident faction of leftism because my dad is a country boy and my mom has been working for like since he was like 15 or something like that. So they they never expected any handouts for anyone. They always taught me to like, go out there and find a job as soon as you can and make as much money as you can, like on your own. Even though I live with them, I'm proud to say that I'm earning my own money to the
Right, right.
gym and comics and all that. And I remember when I was a kid, the main opinion, the main take of things in my high school was I want to live off the government because that's
Ah,
the smart thing to do. They were like,
okay.
yeah, if I play my cards right, maybe I can file for disability. Maybe I can like get paid because my dad lost a hand at the factory. So they were always like trying to like, you know, come up with something to get paid for doing nothing. And me, I was like, yeah, no, I wanna make comics and I wanna make movies. At one point, because I'm a huge movie buff. I wanna be a movie director at one point, and they were like, they would laugh at me, not because it was out of my reach, but because it implied working. And they
Yeah.
were like, you actually want to work to make money? I was like, yeah, there's like shit I like to do. And like, no, right? You be smart like us. You be smart and find a way to scam the government and scam others and get paid to do nothing.
Yeah. Now that's a very interesting thing. I want to touch on that, but first I want to say, how's your dad doing? I know he's recovering from open heart surgery. How's he doing?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, no, he's great. He's fucking Wolverine. We spend the entire morning watching old movies. Yeah, it's amazing. I think it's totally like the 2 hours after they sew in closed, they sew in shut. He was already awake and complaining. Like, well, I expected him to be like, I expected him to be out for like I don't know, maybe 24 hours, 40 hours. No, it's just like the sedative wore off in 2 hours. The guy's a fucking war beast. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he's great. He went to see the doctor the other day. They told him that he's got like maybe 1 or 2 more weeks of taking it easy, and after that he can like start like slow jogging, maybe like some light shadow boxing and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's great. He's like
He
snoring in the sofa right now.
he'll be back in the gym, like hitting that heavy bag before no time. Now, also the other thing that I wanted to say too, two things. The culture in Spain is more of a family stays together type of culture, and I wish it was more like that over here in America because I know that even in Italy and other parts of the world, the family lives together for much longer until you tend to get married, and so that's completely normal. The other thing I was going to mention is you were talking about how you wanted to make comic books and earn your own money, and other people were thinking about how to go ahead and get on the government graft. And when you really think about it, that's really the difference between a masculine thought process and a feminine thought process, and that's really seems to be the battle. And the government wants everybody to have a feminine thought process so it could be in a position of power. And I think that's really what's going on here. Do you have any thoughts on that, or you pretty much agree, or what do
Yeah,
you think?
no, I agree on that. It's been said for a long time that women are actually the ones who propel society forwards or backwards. Like they're the ones who actually move society because they vote more, they consume more, they watch more TV.
Yeah,
So if you wanna sell something or get into a position of power or change society, you gotta appeal to women. And women are easier to appeal to than men. And so if you feminize men, it's all women. It's easier for you to like control society.
yeah, because that's the truth. The women pass on the society and the culture to the children, and that becomes the culture in the next generation, and it completely changes it. Men are like too busy trying to make comic books or get their hand cut off at a factory so they could get the government payment.
No,
Now
that's
that
that's true. I mean, I think every great revolutionary figure in history, I don't know if all of them, but like I wanted to say 9 out of 10 were men.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Now
completely agree.
9 out of 10 people who did something that moved society, that made us evolve, or like created something like revolutionary. Most of them were men. It's I'm not gonna say no women, but it's mostly a masculine thing.
Yeah. Now, Spiritual God Warrior brings up a good point. They say it's about creating a society that reacts with emotion without discipline. And I completely agree with that. No impulse control. It's just a free download of emotion, which can be manipulated.
Yeah, I
If
agree
you,
on that. Like,
yeah,
look at how they make you accept mass illegal migration. They tell you, don't you feel bad? Don't
Yeah.
you feel bad for these like poor black or Arab kids? Like, yeah, of course I feel bad, but I can feed them here. We gotta find another way to fix things. Like no. The only way to fix things is to let these poor kids who are like, by the way, 35 years old. It's to like let them all in,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
them all in. Like we can't take them all in. Of course we can because I'm a fucking 45-year-old Karen and I watch too much TV.
Now, a big reason why I wanted to have this stream and have a conversation with you about this is because, this is a little bit different because we're now focusing on something positive, the creation aspect. A lot of times, exactly what you do when you make all those cartoons that we saw in the intro, that's a positive, expression of your creativity to try to rise out of the situation. And we were both talking about Space King and how funny that was. And where did you first come across Space King? And did you watch it in English or Spanish, or how'd that work?
I don't know if there's a Spanish version, but not that you mention it, it should be. And
Yeah,
I wonder
there
if I
should
can
be.
like work on it somehow because I'm an excellent translator. I have,
Oh, and you
But
have great voices. You have great voices too.
thank you. I've been told that before.
Yeah.
So my first contact with Space King, well, I've been a fan of Flash Kids since like forever. I remember he saw like Conor McGregor cartoon.
Yeah.
Like my default offensive Irish voice is Conor McGregor from that cartoon. Fuck right, McGregor.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I talk when I was on Irish. I talk like Conor McGregor in that cartoon. And I think the Wingardium Leviosa cartoons were also Flash hits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Leviosa. I love that cartoon.
Yeah,
So
and they got a lot of
I
other ones
heard
like that
some.
Zelda cartoon. That was a great one, or
Yeah,
the racist Mario Kart one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The GTA Mario one. The GTA Mario one is great. And they used to make. I think the reason why they are making a Space King is because they made a bunch of Warhammer 40k themed cartoons in which like I don't know if you guys are familiar with Warhammer 40k lore, but like the Black Templars are like probably the most fanatical chapter of Space Marines like go against alien furries.
Yeah.
And it's like it was great, and I think Games Workshop may have like send them a cease and desist letter, so they were like, okay, fuck you, we'll make our own version of Warhammer 40k, and that's probably why Space King exists.
Now tell, like, for people who, I was trying to explain this to somebody the other day and they had no idea what Warhammer 40k was or what Space King was as a parody of Warhammer. So could you explain that a little bit to people who maybe never heard of it?
Oh man, you don't know what you're doing. You're making me talk about Warhammer 40k. This is maybe
Let's
the end for you
go!
all.
Let's
It's
go!
maybe the end. I mean, I wonder if I should like produce my favorite minis. I'm gonna do so. Give me a second.
Yeah, pull down some of those miniatures. That's awesome. Now, people, I do have the first episode of Space King queued up, and we can watch that or try to watch it. But okay, so check these out. He got some miniatures. Now, did you paint those yourself, or did you have them painted?
Yes, I actually kit bashed this one. This is one of my favorite miniatures right now. It's a Tech Inquisitor. It's deep lore, deep lore. I created a Legio Cybernetica army before the Legio Cybernetica was cool. Suck that.
Well,
Suck on
tell
that, tourists.
tell people what Warhammer 40k is, and then we
Yeah.
can go into all this other stuff because everybody's gonna be like I can imagine these people at home are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yes, absolutely. That's the reaction that I expected. Okay, so Warhammer 40k started, I think, as a parody in itself of Warhammer, which is like a tabletop minigame. It's like the unofficial Lord of the Rings tabletop game with miniatures, like humans versus orcs versus elves versus demons, whatever. So I guess at some point, someone in this company thought, "Hey, how about we like make it in space?" And we were like space knights against space orcs and space elves and xenomorph ripoffs. So it started like that, and Games Workshop is like a British tabletop company, and then it became like really successful. It absolutely
Huge.
crushed it.
And like, what
It
year
become
was
like
this? How many
yeah.
years ago was this?
This was like the original idea. I think was like late '80s, probably
Yeah.
'89, something like that. '87 to '89. And I remember buying my first Warhammer 40K book, like an army book, like the rules on how to build your army and collecting and whatnot. 1996. I
Okay.
was 15 years old. So yeah, it became huge, and they started to develop this like super complex lore, and it can be summarized as this like superhuman being known as the Emperor of Mankind. In the year 30,000, from now on, in the year 30,000 BC, this superhuman has been like pushing humanity forwards from the shadow, like pulling strings and whatnot. Decides to come out into the spotlight and say, "Hey, here I am. I'm gonna reunite all the planets, all the colonies into like this huge imperium, and I'm gonna turn it into a utopia." And for that end, he creates like, I think it's 20 clones of his. I don't know if it's like 12 or 20. I don't remember exactly, but like 20 clones of himself, like this like 8 feet tall, hyper jacked, super powerful guys, and they were supposed to rule his legions, space marine legions, and like conquer the planets and bring them all together into this like utopian empire. Half of them become corrupted by the chaos gods of the original tabletop game, because it's like the war god, the lust god, the putrefaction god, and the mutation god, stuff like that. So half of the legions become evil. It's basically like an Old Testament type of thing. Like half of the legions fall and fight the other half of the legions. So basically, you have now 10,000 years later. You're living in the Dark Ages, basically like a space Middle Age. The Emperor is maybe dead. We don't know. It's like on life support on Earth, like this massive golden pyramid. The guy's like jacked to all sorts of machines who apparently keep him alive. We don't know. And basically, everyone is like, yeah, living in a feudal state. The Empire has an Inquisition. The Space Marines are like fanatical super warrior monks who fight each other, and sometimes space orcs, and sometimes space elves, and demons, and it's super crazy. It's kind of like Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
That British thing, by which you're not entirely sure if it's like for real or if it's like because it's super over the top.
Yeah.
Like they have it's like in Space King they have like the Exterminatus protocol. When a planet goes out of hand, they will like just push a button and like completely depopulate it.
Yeah, so let me just summarize briefly. So there was an original tabletop game that people played with dice and little figures, okay? It was called Warhammer. And then they updated it in about the 90s, and it's Warhammer 40K, and they made it much bigger and all kinds of different figures. And then it started growing in popularity, even to the point where Henry Cavill, he's one of the most famous supporters of Warhammer 40K. He loves it. And people buy all these different, figurines, and they'll have like, I don't know, maybe like 100 of them or 80 of them or however many they can afford, and they paint them painstakingly. They paint them all nice, and they use them in playing this tabletop game. Okay, now what Space King did was Space King made a parody of the adaptation of the original tabletop game. So you have the Warhammer, then you have Warhammer 40K, and then you have a parody of Warhammer 40K, which is the cartoon Space King that we're about to watch. And that's basically what it is. And so there's all of this lore, all of this historical context and this fantasy context that goes into it. And that makes this just like this rich environment with all these, jokes and all of this, stuff to really get excited about. And it's really an expression when I watched it, okay? I loved it because it reminded me of how, when we're guys and we're making friendship groups like in high school or junior high, it's kind of how we think. Like, oh man, get the girls out of here. Fuck that. Let's go raid, bro. Let's go, ride bikes, or let's go do something awesome, And that's kind of how I thought. What did you think?
No, that's how it went. Like when I became addicted, let's say, to Warhammer 40K in high school, I don't think I ever saw a single female in any of the stores or tournaments or like got-togethers that I attended. It was like a guy thing. Like let's spend hours on our own listening to heavy metal, painting miniatures, and then we'll get together on weekends and like, you know, fight against each other, make battles against each other. That's a that I don't think that's a thing that women like. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's this thing that men like. Men like the basically simulate war, and have war games and compare statistics and do strategy
Yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. And so there was no women involved. Just like originally there was no women in Dungeons and Dragons either, right? And then as it caught on in popularity, all of the companies realized that they had a whole nother half of the market if they could somehow pull women into it to make money, and that thereby destroyed the entire market as it was anyway. Because don't water it down. Don't make what was they just made a female something. I forget. There was a big controversy
Yeah,
about
a
it.
female custodes, the custodes, the
Yeah,
adeptus custodes, and like the emperor's personal guard. Are
yeah,
like this again, like 8 feet tall super jack guys with like golden plate armors and like flying hover bikes and whatnot. And there's like comparatively fewer of them, so you can have like a proper army with I guess just a couple of dozen miniatures, which is like it's kind of more economic. Yeah, no, Space Marines are canonically men.
yeah,
There's like an entire lore to justify. They're basically monks.
yeah,
It's like in the old ages, only men could become monks.
yeah,
Women had to become nuns. So
yeah.
they justify that parallelism through sci-fi. No, it's we create space marines to a genetic process that only can only work on men. So it's like, and then women have their own army. They're called the Sisters of Battle,
Yeah, yeah,
and they're cooler because they're like armored nuns with
yeah,
machine guns, and they're pretty fucking cool.
yeah.
They have like gothic armor. It's like they're a pretty cool army on their own.
Yeah, all of the armor is very intricate, very elaborate, and very, very beautiful. It's very creative. It reminds me of like statues or, from back, like, I don't know, around Victorian age or something like that.
Yeah,
they have faces on their shoulders and stuff like that.
it's the beautiful thing about Warhammer. Well, it started like a joke. They basically wanted to, let's make aliens, but instead of aliens, well, we also have aliens, but we have like space orcs. So it was kind of like goofy and simplistic. Yeah, just like a couple of shoulder pauldrons and like a gun with a magazine. That's it. And then it became big, and they started to like bring in like really good, like awesome illustrators like Adrian Smith, Cal Kopinski, and you probably know who Cal Kopinski is.
Yeah,
Wayne Smith. So they started to like really work in the look, and they were like, "Wow, we can maybe make this chapter of Space Marines look more like monks, and this other look more like Vikings, and give them like furs and shit, and like and runes in their armor." So they started to develop the look, and I personally think that the look influenced the lore.
yeah,
Because nobody wants to have the exact same army as your friend.
yeah, yeah,
So if your army is collecting an army of space marines who are like, I don't know, Mongol theme, because this is like a Mongolian inspired chapter of space marines, you want to have like I don't know, like the vampire space marines, or like red armor and like have like more, yeah, not I'm gonna say Victorian, like more baroque armor
yeah.
plating, with like golden face masks and stuff. Like they're like really different, and I think
Yeah.
that's what people like, and that's how they influence the lore. They
Yeah, Paula's Arts. He brings up a good point. Karl Kolpinski, he was awesome, and it's so important
excellent.
to have great artists because dude, how many times have you played a game and there's like one group that's really cool and the other two groups just aren't as cool, so everybody wants to be that one group. Each one has to be cool on its own and different and separate, and then so that everybody can feel comfortable selecting. Hey, I like this group, I like that group, and it fits my personality and all that kind of stuff. Now. When we come to Space King, it was such a parody of the show, and they did such a good job that it had me laughing the whole time. And we'll start it here in a minute, but I wanted to get your initial thoughts. And when you first saw it, what was your reaction to it?
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was, yeah, it was, not only it was a hilarious parody of Warhammer 40k, it was also good science fiction on its own. Like it was actually well written. The characters were like, every marine, every star defender, as they call him in the show, has its own personality. It's the captain. There's like Chestnut and whatnot. Like, everybody likes Hate Monger because he's
Oh
like
yeah.
the closest to like Hawaii Space Marine in Warhammer 40k.
And with his mace, bro, he is just like,
With the
ah.
big mace. They're like they actually like, yeah, like the Space Marines from the game are actually all like Hate Monger, like fanatical xenophobic warriors. And yeah, and the first, I guess we're gonna watch the first one. I don't know, but the last one, the idea of the last one with the like unstoppable cyborg army that
Yeah, the
evolves whenever
cube.
you attack
Yeah.
them, and they become unstoppable. Yeah, like, I thought it was awesome. Like, if this was like a serious, like a serious horror sci-fi movie, I'd actually watch that. Like, that's
Oh
a
yeah.
great idea.
Oh yeah, and it has so much good comedy in it that, like, it keeps the jokes flowing, and it really seems at ease. And I love the premise too, that they have to recruit the boys. They go and they basically kidnap these boys, right?
Boy.
Yeah, and then they inject them with the with whatever it is, their serum, to make them super soldiers. And it's pretty crazy. But yeah, we'll try to watch it. I'm going to try to watch it right here, and I'm going to try to share my screen on Discord. It might screw up the little. I got the thing queued up here. I got it. Let me interact with it. Here we go, and rewind it back to the beginning. I can't believe it's been going the whole time. Okay, so I got it queued up now. Here, let me go ahead and try to share my screen on Discord, so I can share my screen. This one right here, okay, and we're good to go. I think that's the way. Is that the one? Do I want to share that screen? Sorry guys, this is my first time doing the share screen thing with
You're doing great. You're doing.
yeah. I want to make sure I get the right one. I think that was the wrong one. Wait. We want to share the right screen. Okay, I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, good. That one right there, you can see it. And here we go. All right, now we're going to play it. Ibai, hopefully you can hear it. Well, let me go ahead and get this going. All right. Get that. Hey, where's the, all right, there it goes right here.
I don't know if I should be seeing it, but I'm not.
Can you not see it?
No,
It's
I'm not
on
seeing
your
anything.
on the Discord. Can you hear it at all?
I can only see and hear you.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. I was
I
playing
don't know
it.
if I should like click on something because I'm such a boomer.
I shared the screen on Discord, and it should be on your Discord. Can you not see or hear it?
No, I can only see you. I mean, it popped up for a second when you first tried it, but like, I only
Okay,
see you now.
let me try it again. I have it popped up. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Stop. I think I was streaming instead of sharing my screen. Okay, let me see if I can't share my screen. How do I do that? Let me see here. Oh, share my screen, entire screen, applications. I want to share this screen right here. Can you see that right there? Did it pop up?
I popped that, but it went away. I hear it pop up.
Oh, did it come up or no? Is it
No,
oh,
no.
what the
I heard something like some kind of notification, but I can't see anything.
Oh, damn it. Okay, here, let me see if I can change screen to this one. Can you see that one perhaps? Maybe I just change it to that.
Nope.
Ah, damn it. Sorry guys. We're trying to stream this to Ibai so he can see it at the same time that we see it. Damn. Let me see, what do I have to do here? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and play this so you guys can see it, and I'm going to figure this out and get it streamed to Ibai.
heard something.
Did it
I
go?
heard something like, yeah. And I heard a notification, some sort of like glittering.
After 70 years, my greatest creation
Should I like
is
click on something or I
complete.
don't know? Something like sort of
A
retarded.
female psycho warrior. Wait, what are you doing?
When your severe asthma says you can't, Tespire says you can. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over.
Oh, Ibai, they said that you might have to click on the screen to get it to share to you. Maybe.
Long ago, Space Kid, King
Right.
of Space, disappeared, leaving us, his faithful psycho warriors, to pray for his return. Made in his image, gifted with flesh, armored in psychosis, blessed with purpose. We are the eternal crusaders of humanity. For as long as our globules survive, we will be reborn!
I see Space King Chestnut. He's beautiful.
Poor Eightbogger. Pie is still the end.
Oh, did you lose another one? You're running out of time, Captain.
Goddamn time wizard! Shut up! Just
Nice pink lasers. Pussy.
Brush! What's taking so long?
I just needed more decorations. Oh, and I need more power cores. Oh, sweet, is Eightbugger dead?
It's so
You're
good.
gonna love this one. I call it my Soul Cannon! See, the Time Wizard's force field is actually a 10,000-year-old bubble of time. But our lasers didn't exist 10,000 years ago, so when they enter the force field, they disappear. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But what if we aged our lasers by imbuing them with 10,000-year-old souls from the other side? What do you think?
Just fire the gun, Bryce.
If we wait for the bodies to rot, he could catch tuberculosis.
Greetings. I'm Terry from the Galamantis Legion. You sent a distress call for an Imaginator?
I'm the squad.
Our Imaginator sucks. Got any imaginations that could pierce a 10,000-year-old time bubble?
That was gay. A rock? Where's the imagination in that?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Fellas, guess what?
Bryce! Terry's been imaginating a gun that fires metal projectiles.
So you're saying there's a fucking hammer, and it slams the back of a metal spike, causing an explosion inside the gun, which then blasts the spike into the aliens?
It's only a prototype, but I think it has potential.
More potential than green Psycho Blaster lasers?
Yeah. Magic crystals that turn your lasers green. That's a myth, Bryce. Besides, there's totally nothing wrong with pink lasers.
What if I know where to find them?
Fuck. We don't tell anyone about this. There's not a Psycho Warrior in the galaxy who wouldn't want green friggin' lasers.
If Space King wanted our lasers to be green, they'd be green. This is borderline treason.
I am your captain!
All right, the four amigos at it again.
Terry should come too.
What? But our squad is 4 mans only.
I've got just the plan. Can Terry go on a mission with us?
What will you be doing?
You know, finding relics and stuff. We checked with Terry's high command and he said it was fine.
Oh,
Now, isn't that's just like how guys act, right? Hey, can he come play with us right now? Can we go out and have a good time? So funny. Yeah, I mean, 100%. That's how guys act, right? That's, hey, can we go to the bar and get some tequila shots tomorrow? Oh, come on, man.
okay. And what do you still need Terry for?
Well, Bryce's imaginations haven't been so good lately, and, I just think Bryce.
Oh, damn, what the hell?
Bryce.
Yes, Space King?
Captain's going to replace you with Terry.
God, I hate Terry.
Me too.
What does Terry have that I
Kill him.
Space King, stop it! There must be another way.
Okay, fine. Terry can go.
Yes!
Cool! So we're allowed to go steal the secret green crystals? Oh, darn. You're not gonna forbid us from leaving and send Terry home, are you? Ow!
Get the book. We're sneaking out.
You will not touch green lasers. I will not touch green lasers. You will not touch green lasers. I will not touch green lasers.
You disobeyed me, Bryce. The only way out now is to kill Terry.
Space King, please! I just have to prove to Captain I'm a better imaginator than that stupid asshole Terry, and he'll keep me in the squad. The green crystal vault.
Huh?
There's another
did it get-
psycho.
For policy.
Oh, shit. Oh, Ibai, I think we just got struck, bro. Yeah, oh, damn, it did. We've been blocked. Oh, crap. Damn. Well, we just got struck for streaming. Oh, damn. We just got struck for, I didn't think that they would do it because it's on YouTube.
Policy violation.
Policy violation.